There are some important considerations when you are knocking or prospecting near or at active properties. First, let's talk about prospecting around other listings in the area. If you already have someone's name and you're on the second or third knocking round, you can use the following script. Oh, hey Sally, it's Ashley. I've got another listing in the area. I just want to pass it on to you in case you have any new friends or family who would want to live near you. I'll just leave this with you in case you feel like passing it along. Have a great day. I have the best success when I keep it as casual as possible. Keep it short and sweet at the door. The goal is to get them to your listing. At the listing, they can then see you in action. You can show them what you're made of. You can show off your marketing, your setup, and your sales skills, and more. They can see how you set up your signs, how you park your car on the street, and how you present the home. They'll see if your shoes are neatly set at the front door. They'll see if your materials are nicely laid out on the kitchen table. They'll see you showing up and being very professional. Having them see you in action is how you close them on listing with you. They'll decide whether they want to sign with you before you even have a chance to say something. Your actions have already spoken volumes for you. Next, let's talk about prospecting near your recent solds. There are two ways to approach knocking around recently sold properties: knocking with a home you just sold or knocking with area solds using a seller's market script. First, let's talk about your personal sale. If you have one, it's important to leverage it as much as you can. Here's what you can say. Hey, my name's Ashley, a local real estate agent. I just helped Mike and Mary over on Main Avenue sell their home. Did you notice the sign around the corner? They will either say yes or no. Either way, you could respond. We had so many buyers wanting the home and only one family was able to get it. Or you can say, we had 2 other families who fell in love with the area and now want to be here. Follow those statements up with a question. Do you happen to know anyone else in the neighborhood who's thinking about selling? You can even add, how about you guys? Have you thought about selling? What if a buyer was to walk up tomorrow and offer you exactly what you wanted for your home? You can laugh and smile as you say this. They will often laugh with you if you say it right. If they are interested, this is usually where they get hooked. You'll know that they are interested, and if they respond with something like, well, you know, we were just talking about moving. When they respond like this, you now know you've hooked them. You've started turning them into your next lead. What about what to say when you don't have a sale? You can leverage area solds by other agents. If you do not have a recent sale, use a great sale in the area to start the conversation. Print off other area sales from MLS and use them to let the neighborhood know about the new benchmark prices. Use some of the same scripts you would have used for a personal sale, just mentioning them as an area sale instead. Mention that you know that there are more buyers interested in that area. Here's how to approach prospecting around open houses. I'll knock the neighborhood and keep invites casual. If I'm farming the area already, it's usually not the first visit. I treat it as if I have already met them and I don't say my name again. I'll say, hey, I've got another listing in the neighborhood. If you have any friends or family that want to live near you, send them by this weekend, or maybe you can come check it out for them. If I do introduce myself, I still keep it casual. I'll say, hey, I'm Ashley, the local agent. I just want to let you guys know that we listed an area property. I want to invite you guys to the open house Saturday and Sunday. If you know anyone who might be interested in the neighborhood, please pass on my info. Or I might say, hey, my name's Ashley and I'm here to invite you to my open house. People often know someone who wants to move within the area they live in. So if you've got any friends or family who might be interested, would you pass along my flyer? Thanks, bye. I always keep it super short and easy. This really lands with people. It's a comfortable way to drop by. Tone is very important too. Keep it friendly and casual. You're either going to turn them on or off. I don't turn people off when I'm smiling and I'm casual with my open house drop-bys. When done right, you'll establish a good rapport in your farming area, and area residents will start to drop by. The more that they come to your opens, the more familiar they become with you. They start to trust you. They won't avoid you. They'll see you like an area friend, saying hello when you casually drop off material rather than someone after a sale. You'll still have your professionalism and boundaries, but residents won't be guarded. You've started connecting with them, and that's the goal of farming. Beyond that, when they're at your opens, you'll make a professional impression. They'll see you in action. Getting people to your listings and opens is what the game is all about. That's where you're going to have the best chance to convert them into being your leads. When you're knocking around your open house listing, a fun game to play with prospects is called Pick Your Neighbor Game. It can be a fun way to challenge them to choose their next neighbors. Community-minded homeowners often love this. It gives them a sense of being included in making their community better and helping choose their neighbors. When people live somewhere with a strong sense of community, this is a very successful strategy. People want to have control over who comes into their community. They want to keep the strong community sense. You can say, do you have any friends or family members who are thinking about buying a home? Maybe pass my flyer along to them if you think they'd be interested in learning more about this property. You can also ask them to refer your name to anyone who might be thinking about buying in the area. As you make your statements, nod your head. This alone promotes a yes out of them, if there is one there. This is the hidden command. They'll likely start nodding to match your nod even before they consciously realize they're doing it. If they were thinking twice about not telling you, they'll start to tell you as they're nodding. They'll admit that they know someone. At that point, hand them the material to pass along. Even if your prospects don't seem interested in attending your open house, aim to casually get their email. Don't disappear right away when someone rejects your open house invite. There's a backup play that you can use here. If the rejection is gentle, you can casually go in for the email. With a big smile, say no worries at all. I'm actually setting up an email list that will alert all the local residents when the house does sell for so they can know what their value is. What's your email? And hand over your tablet. Don't wait for them to say yes. Assume that they are going to give you their email address and smile as you hand it over. They'll usually take your tablet and start writing in their email. If someone starts to speak their email to you, make sure to repeat it. Repeat all the letters back to them. If you happen to give them a pen and paper, read the letters back. Say, just to confirm, is it ASHLEY at? It is a fatal error not to confirm handwritten contact information. Getting back to your office and being unable to read whether they wrote an I or an L is a horrible feeling. If they don't give you their email address, smile and wish them to have a great day. Remember to always leave on a positive note. Here's how to approach expired listings. Do your homework and research the listings on MLS before you approach these listings. Find out what it was listed for and how long it was on the market. As I mentioned earlier in this course in Module 4, expired listings can be your hottest leads. You already know that these people want to sell their home. They wanted to sell their home, but for whatever reason couldn't. Expired listings are gold mines. To get the listing, research and overcome the reasons it didn't sell the first time. Chances are that the homeowner's desire to sell hasn't changed. You just need to overcome the previous listing's pitfalls. Was it marketed correctly? Was the agent active enough to get the word out? Visit the listing right away when it expires. When you get right in front of an expired listing, say, I noticed that your listing just expired this morning. I have some ideas about how you can still get a successful offer. Would you be interested in hearing them? Before you get to the door, have all the ideas you have prepared and researched clear in your mind. Be ready to explain them with confidence. If you are likable and professional at the door, there's a good chance they'll hear your ideas. When done well, you'll soon be booking a time for that listing appointment.